Hey guys, I cannot believe how long it has been since I did a blog last. My only excuse is it's been a really busy summer. So yeah, we've done a lot, seen a lot, visited a lot, and yeah. Anyway, I haven't been doing them, but I am going to try to do some catch up. So I'm going to talk about my second trimester. So I am officially now in my third trimester, so I'm just at 7 months now, which is crazy to think about. It really has gone by so fast. Okay, so let's go back. The last vlog I did was week 22. So week 23, at that point I had just done my diabetes test. So turns out, no, I don't have diabetes, so that's good. So what the test in here anyway, what I had to do, I think it's the same in Canada as well, but anyway, I had to go in the morning and not eat anything. So I went around 9, and they made me drink, well, first they took my blood, and then they made me drink this, like, orange syrup, like, actually, like, pure syrup, and it was terrible. So I had to drink the whole thing, and then they took my blood again, and after an hour. So they took my blood, I had to drink this thing, waited an hour, they did my blood again. Then I had to drink another container, so 2 containers of this like orange syrup, and I had to wait another hour, and then they took my blood again. So it's a whole like 2-hour process, and you can't eat anything. So, I mean, being pregnant, of course, I'm starving. Like I'm seriously starving. So it's about like 11:15ish when I can like finally go home, and I'm just, oh, when I got home I ate, like I couldn't even really eat because the syrup stuff made me sick. So I basically just ate bread until like lunchtime after we normally eat lunch here at like 1 or 2. So anyway, it wasn't the best experience, but I mean, anyway, it's easy, but it's kind of gross. Anyway, so I did that, and I got the results back, and it's negative, so no diabetes. And so when we looked back at the ecography, the ultrasound photos, and like all the information about it, the baby was like oversized by 3 millimeters, and I was just like, really? I had to take that whole test just for that, like 3 millimeters. He made me think that the baby was like seriously like a lot bigger than it should be. So anyway, it was not that big a deal, but baby's totally growing normally. Yeah, okay, so that was the biggest news for week 23, 24. Week 25, my sister ended up coming to visit from Canada. So she stayed here for 3 weeks, so that's another reason why I haven't done any vlogs, because I was preoccupied with showing her around and whatnot. Yeah, so I'll post a couple of photos, like either in the beginning or at the end, and you guys can take a look if you want. But yeah, we went to Paris and Saint-Emilion, Lacanau, a couple other places around here. Yeah, so it was really nice. So all in all, symptoms-wise, with my second trimester in all, for me, I feel like I had it pretty easy. Like a lot of the symptoms that I was hearing other people had and things that I was reading, I think I had it pretty good. So nothing's different about like the way I go to the bathroom. Like I was reading, like constipation kind of sets in. It hasn't happened. And I'm not nauseous really at all. I'm tired like after a full day, but I don't know. I have a lot more energy than first trimester than I had. And what else are some of the other symptoms? Okay, so I'm just like looking at my book here to like read them all off. So I'll read all the symptoms that you could potentially get like between 5 months, 6 months, so like the second trimester part. Anyway, so more fetal activity, which yes, of course, baby's moving so much now. I'm starting to kind of get his rhythm too. He kind of does it at like certain times. So I'll tell you guys more about that. That, of course, discharge, which is the same as it was before. And then lower abdomen and, oh, anyway, I'm like reading bits of it in French. So cramps in the lower abdomen. My gosh, that is one thing I do have quite a bit. And it was really sore, like for the second trimester. So I was reading that, like the muscles, of course, they kind of like spread out. And and then cause like that tension. So really it feels like I have just done a gazillion crunches, sit-ups. So that's kind of more the pain than it is. Like I wouldn't say that it's cramping like as if you were like having period cramps. It's more like you did a really like heavy duty workout. So it's not like super painful, it's just uncomfortable. So anyway, definitely had a lot of that. Constipation, no, didn't have any of that. No heartburn. No bloating really. Depends if I ate too much bread maybe, but headaches, no. Oh, one thing I can like happy to report, I'm like not fainty at all. Like I don't feel that weak. Like I was supposed to be wearing my stockings this entire summer. It was just so hot. I couldn't do it. Like it was like 35 degrees plus adding these like these tension bandages on. Like I couldn't do it. It was just too much. So I didn't. And anyway, I felt totally fine walking around. Sometimes, like when we were in Paris, my sister and I, like there was a point where I hadn't eaten in like 4 hours, and I was so hungry. But normally, that would make me really sick and feel like I have to faint. But I didn't. I was fine. So there's other times like that. But yeah, first trimester, I really was so weak, so faint all the time. Like I couldn't stand up from bed without like sitting for a second, and couldn't walk very far. I couldn't even exercise. It was seriously like so so intense. But anyway, now I feel like it's kind of passed. And so I mean, this is jumping ahead a little bit, but the last time I went with the midwife, she took my blood pressure, and it was back to normal, which is really interesting because even before I was pregnant, my blood pressure was normally around like 85 to 90, and normal is like 90 to 120 for women, like my size. And so anyway, it's always been really low. And so last time I went, my blood pressure was 95. So I thought that was pretty crazy because one of the symptoms is that you're supposed to like kind of start getting your lower blood pressure. So anyway, the opposite for me, sensitive gums. I haven't really noticed. Hearty appetite. No, the complete opposite. Like I've kind of gone back to my normal eating habits before I was pregnant. So I'm not sure if that's bad or maybe I should talk to the midwife about it, but I don't know, back to my regular eating. Like, I think it might have something more to do with the fact the baby's getting so big and pressing on my stomach. So I really can't eat that much at one time. And anyway, you're supposed to be eating, I think right now I'm supposed to be eating 300 calories more than I would have, prior to being pregnant. And then I eat a couple snacks extra throughout the day, so I'm sure that I get that, like, extra 300 calories. But I ended up actually being, like, the same weight last time I went to the midwife. And at first I was, like, really kind of concerned about it. And the midwife did the, measurements and the heartbeat and everything. And I don't know, anyway, so made sure that the baby was okay and growing properly, which she is. And so anyway, I was like, why? How have I not gained any weight? So I'm pretty sure I can confidently contribute it to the fact that my sister is here, and I exercised so much more than I normally do. So I was touring her around, so we were walking like 4 to 6 hours a day, and of course I was taking rest, of course, I was taking care of myself, but yeah, I was getting a lot more exercise, so I'm pretty sure that I lost weight, and then the baby gained some, so I ended up being the same weight when I went last, so anyway, okay, and then the next one is leg cramps. Oh, good Lord. They have been pretty terrible. And so I love how I just said, like, before I started all of this, that, oh, I've had a really easy second trimester, so I totally take that back. I've definitely had symptoms, just not all of them that I'm reading. So, leg cramps. Oh my goodness. Again, probably because I was walking so much with my sister, but so severe that it would wake me up. Like, when you get a Charlie horse in your legs? I seriously had Charlie horse in my legs almost every night, and it's so painful. It wakes you up, and I'd have to, like, sit there and just, like, bend your foot back, so that, it stretches it out. It was just so uncomfortable. So that's no fun. One thing I'm so happy I don't have is swelling. I haven't gotten swollen at all. Whoa, the light just changed. That was really bizarre. I don't know why the light just did that. Anyway, yeah, so my wrists, my hands, and ankles, they're not swollen at all. So I'm happy about that. I can still wear, like, all my normal shoes. A lot of friends that I'd asked, like one friend, she said that she was like so swollen. So anyway, I was like, oh, I'm so happy I'm not. But one of the other symptoms that they list is that your joints kind of start getting a little bit loose, which I've noticed how like more clumsy I am. I'm really, really clumsy and constantly drop things. So I feel like my hands aren't like sure. Like when I grip something, I feel like it's not like, I don't know, like I'm not sure that I'm actually holding it. I don't know, it's weird. So really loose joints, so that's definitely one. Itchy abdomen, yep, I've got that, but it's not like super, super annoying. I just have to make sure I put cream on. It's just from like the skin stretching, so it's not necessarily like I have like a rash or anything, but anyway. My belly button is looking a little bit strange, so I'll definitely show you guys that at the end. But anyway, yeah, it's not protruding yet. I don't have a sticky out one yet. Bigger breasts? Nope, they're the exact same size still. Emotionally, fewer mood swings. Oh, I don't know if I had them to beginning. I bet you my husband would say something totally opposite. I don't remember having really major mood swings, but I guess I would get like emotional and stuff. But anyway, I feel like second trimester, I haven't really had all of these things. So, absent-mindedness, yes, that's true. I will stare off into space for quite long periods of time. Anxiety about the future, a little bit, but I think that's to be expected. Okay, so that's it. So those are the main things the book is saying. Okay, so yeah, I will say I am reading this, What to Expect When You're Expecting. Okay, so I decided to just cut out the book review because I'll do a whole other book review on another time because this is going to end up being a really, really long vlog. So anyway, I'll get back to what to expect when you are expecting. It's a great book, so I will get back to explaining that. Anyway, okay, so that's pretty much the update for second trimester. So now I will show you my belly. Whoops, I hit the garbage can. Okay, so here's my belly. It's a lot bigger than the last time I showed you. I guess I guess the month is the last time. So this is 30 weeks. Is this belly right here? So maternity pants are still doing really well. You can see I'm definitely like so far out. I'm not that wide. So I still actually have a bit of a shape still, which is interesting. But yes, you can tell I'm like a whole lot wider. But more so like this way. So anyway, here's the belly. Okay, so my belly button, which is really getting weird. I still got the line down there, obviously, it's just going to keep getting bigger. Oh, and my stomach is so hairy too. I'm like, I can't believe how much hair, like extra hair is on there. Anyway, my belly button. So you can see that it's starting to pop. It's not quite, but it's filling out. It's like the last, you can compare from like the last, whatever, little belly button. Anyway, so the last video I posted, my belly button was super, super wide. And now it's kind of starting to like get closer together, but yeah, anyway, it's a little bit, looks like it's about to pop out soon. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Anyway, so I will post another update. I'm probably going to do one tomorrow about the book review, and hopefully I can stay on track doing these each week. I want to make sure, for myself too, I want to make sure that I'm like keeping track of everything. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.